Hello, ladies, gents, boys and girls, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Today we are back in the PMDG 777-200, sat on the ground as British Airways or Speedbird 04 with service over to John F. Kennedy in New York, taking those Christmas shoppers over to the Big Apple with a flight time of just under 6 hours. We've got 5 hours 56 minutes on the flight time, departing off of runway 27 left here at Heathrow and arriving on 231 right into JFK. We do have the Boris AudioWorks sound pack with the 777, so it should make for a very good viewing experience. Hope you're enjoying as well the upgrade to the SIM setup, recording now in 1440p, so hopefully it looks a little bit better than it did. So let's jump into the flight deck of the 777 and get everything set up for our 6-hour flight over to New York. Welcome into the flight deck of the 777-200 by PMDG. Jump into the overhead panel and get the IRSs to align and the passenger and seatback entertainment on. Window heats and the seatbelt sign can come on now. We'll get the logo light on, and that is everything done there. So we'll go to FMC, pause in it. We're at Echo Golf Lima Lima Heathrow, and we're on stand 546. Lovely. And we'll pop the... There is no set in that. I did put the IRS on. Yeah. Oh, there it is. So top to bottom. And we'll request our routes from good old SimBrief. And that should populate that shortly. There's the little bing bong. We'll load the flight plan in. And activate the flight plan. Execute. Bore 04, EGLL KJFK, runway 27 left for departure. And we're going to be taking the Umlag 1 Golf departure from Heathrow. And the arrival winds are looking very spicy down in New York. It's currently gusting 28 knots, and it looks like it's going to get worse as we progress over the Atlantic. So, might make for an interesting arrival via Ponct, and I think it's Catod. We'll have a look here. I've never done this arrival before. This arrival takes us right over Manhattan, so it should be quite cool. Should be night when we get there. This is a real world flight, and this service takes off at 3:15, so running live time at the moment, which is quite nice. They do a flight every hour from here. Well, there's like a flight every 20 minutes from different airlines, but BA do one every hour or so during peak times to JFK and Newark as such. So the flight plan looks pretty good there, no discontinuities, and all the oceanic tracks are done correctly. We're going to be taking 55 tons of fuel over to JFK, and the zero fuel weight is going to be 169.9 tons, so you are quite heavy, but the 777-200 is an absolute rocket, so we should be out of here no problem. So we pop the zero fuel weight in, and our reserves we need to get to Philadelphia is 8.5, rounding up there from 8.3. We'll put it 8.5, give us a little bit of playing room just in case the weather is very poor. And luckily our alternative is Philadelphia, and I think I've got the MK Studios Philly scenery, so that should be okay. 128 is the cost index, and our initial cruise is at 380. Step climbing as we get closer to America up to 40. Our departure, 27 left. It is dry. The weight is correct. We'll import the weather. Winds are calm at only 11 knots. And as expected, it's a D rate of 2 with a selected temperature of 42. Takeoff flap 5. CG of 5. And we've got 146, 148, 151 plugged in. That is stunning. We'll pop that back over there. And we'll go and get data on my side, and the FO can have data and terrain. checklist and the parking brake set. So that's the pre-flight checklist complete, and we'll go and get all this done now. Waiting for the beacon light. We've got to wait for GSX to finish boarding, and we'll be on our way over to JFK. We're going to be taxiing Charlie, Alpha, go all the way full length to runway 27 left. So Charlie onto Alpha, and then down to the end, Lowman, and we'll just go full length, and that should be okay there. So that's the taxi briefing. Departure briefing as well. Umlag 1 Golf. Initial climb 6,000 feet. It is an RNAV conventional SID. Right hand turn after departure 297. 6,000 feet. Let me just pop that into thousands. No speed restriction. And we're not on VATSIM, so we'll just climb up on our own accord. 169 degrees on the heading for our takeoff, and 151 plugged into the airspeed. And that is the pre-flight complete. Just waiting for GSX to finish boarding, and we can push back. Right, so GSX has finished boarding. Doors are closed. Everything is ready to go. I'm happy that everything's been completed. Get the departure weather ready, and as you can see, our arrival looks very spicy down into JFK. Release the chocks and ground power. Close all the doors and remove the chocks and arm the cabin doors, and we are ready for push and start. So jump up into the GSX menu, go prepare for pushback and departure. Requesting, we're going to be facing south on taxiway Charlie. Beacon light on, checklist complete. We'll set transponder code to 1000 as well. And that is TARA. Parking brake released. Checklist normal. Engine page. Ready for pushback. So, traffic on both sides. Engine number 2 to start. And we've got N2, oil pressure, fuel in. And I'll be quiet while we listen to the Boris Audio Works sound pack. Beautiful. I think that's engine number 2 started, and we'll go into the flight deck, and engine number 2 has started nicely. So we'll go engine number 1. We've got N2 oil pressure and fuel can go in. Jump over to the other wing view. And I think I have forgot to. There's my. Yeah, my speed brake lever. Oh, and I forgot to do the hydraulics as well. I never forgot to do something. Hydraulics on now. Aircraft's pressurised. Engine number 1 is started nicely. Parking brakes set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine
I'll tell GSX we've got a good engine start.
You can disconnect.
We'll request winds as well while we're here. Just give us an updated time of arrival. Just checked on my other screen. The weather in JFK looks to be pretty similar to what we've got now in a couple of hours. So we're still expecting 3-1 right. Right, after engine start flows, APU off, taxi light on, and we'll go checklist. Oh no, sorry, not checklist. Flight controls, flap to position 5, and we'll trim up 5 degrees.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
There's 5 on the trim. And flight control check shortly coming. So we'll go, just get comfy and put my feet on the rudder pedals. So full right, neutral, left, neutral, forward, neutral, back, neutral. For the rudders, full left, neutral, full right, neutral. All flight controls are free and correct. And we can go. Bypass pin has been shown and they're clearing off to the right. Turn-offs can come on. Packs are now on auto. Checklist, recall. Checked, anti-ice not required. Flight controls have been checked. Ground equipment clear. ECAM memo, everything looks normal there. And flaps, the next checklist is after takeoff. So, Charlie Alpha, past Lomond, full length. 27 left. Let's get on our way to the runway. Right, taxi is now nearly complete. Runway is just to the right of us. We've made it down. Everything's still correct. Weather's okay. QNH is set. Get the lights on. Recall cancelled and checked. We're ready to go. Let's take this beautiful 777 over to New York. Scenery here is of course iniBuilds, that's why it looks so good. And when we get to JFK, that is also iniBuilds' beautiful premium scenery for, or the enhanced I think, for New York. I'll swing it round to the right now. Line-up was a bit suspect. Stand on the brakes though. We'll hold it there. We'll spool them up. Forward pressure 50%. Clock chrono. Stable toga. Push. Forward. Set takeoff thrust. Maintaining centre line with the right rudder. Neutral. V1, rotate. Up we go, maintaining wings level. Airborne, positive rate gear up. and LNAV. Goodbye, Heathrow. $1,000 feet. There's the thrust cut back. Nose coming over. Gaining speed. Still hand flying. Here comes that right hand turn. Flaps 1. Bit bumpy actually. And the wind's blowing us around a little bit. There's another little left hand turn to level it off. We'll stick the autopilot in. And we'll watch the flaps come up. Beautiful. Goodbye, Heathrow. Right, taxi, light off, turn off, lights off. So, capped at 6,000 on this SID. A vertical speed, 1,500 feet per minute. Slow that rate descent down. Beautiful, look at that. Match headings. That weather in front of us doesn't look the most friendliest, does it? There's 6,000. Aeroplane's levelling off. Pop it back into VNAV. Speed window closed. And what's our cruise? Is it 3.8? Yes, 380. So we'll scroll up 380. Click it twice. Clear the restrictions for the SID and aeroplanes. Building thrust, and it's going to start climbing again. And away we go. Goodbye, London and the United Kingdom. Well on our way now. And that is pretty much it, guys, until we get to the descent into JFK. So I'll leave you with some lovely climbing cruise highlights, and I'll see you in about 5.5 hours when we're descending into JFK. So guys, welcome back into the flight deck. We are now descending into JFK. We have been in the air for an hour, 5 hours, sorry, just lied there, and 21 minutes. We've got about 20 minutes left until we touch down into JFK. Winds are still terrible, gusting 35 now, and there's some weather on our approach path. New York is to the left of us. We'll just finished the checklist. Recalls checked, altimeters are the next one. Just match up the headings quickly. And finally, altimeters checked. Approach checklist complete. Lovely. And so 3-1 right. Weather's still crap. Gusting all over the place. We're over here. We need to be at 250 knots at Pucky. And below flight level 190. Which is we're going to make. Anyway, everything's looking good now, and we are nearly ready for our approach. We'll do a flap 25 or a break 3. That looks good to me. And as you can see, sim update 4's night lighting looking absolutely gorgeous at the moment. I mean, it's sort of like sunset in the distance. I mean, you can't get a much better view than this, can you? And New York should come into view shortly. Right, we'll go 500 feet per minute. Slow that rate of descent down. Go to 80 knots. Bit bumpy there as we go through the clouds. Step down to 8,000 now. Or actually, we'll go 5. I wonder what the final approach, what altitude it wants set at. Cat Todd 3,000. Okay. So intercept at 3,000. We'll get down to that quickly. (1,500 feet per minute descent rate). Hopefully this cloud clears. I would like to see New York. It's the whole reason you do this approach, isn't it? And it is coming into view. I mean, that is gorgeous. We're getting 50 frames per second. I've got 50 FPS locked, and then I times 2 with NVIDIA's frame gen, and it looks brilliant. Runs so smooth, my sim does now. It's not as rocky as I thought it was going to be. It was on the old TAF, who was telling me that the whole of New York is in a bit of a storm at the moment. The winds are worse at LaGuardia. LaGuardia's been absolutely battered at the moment. And there is Manhattan. Beautiful, look at that. looks gorgeous. I'm not using any anything to elevate the downtown Manhattan area. It's all done default. So what you see there is what you get. Hope those clouds disappear. It'd be nice to see it a bit more clearer. And dead in front, just past the screen there, is LaGuardia's runway coming into view. Into the cloud now. It's not looking too friendly out there. Luckily our taxi route, I was a bit worried if we landed on runway 22 left, which is their usual arrival runway when I come to New York. It would have been quite a mammoth taxi to get to where we're going. But we're landing on 31 right, and BA now park at the American Airlines terminal in the corner, as the Terminal 8, I think it is, the BA dedicated terminal, is under heavy construction at the moment. Beautiful, look at that. Cabin ready, lovely. I did forget to take the speed down. I was so enthralled by downtown Manhattan. So we'll whack the lever of shame out. And we have broken every rule in the book. 280 knots below 10,000. That is no tea, no biscuits, and a meeting with the chief captain when we get home. But we've saved a little bit of time, so who really cares? Speed brake in. Everything's looking good so far. Night lighting, once again, brilliant. I mean, that looks so real in front of us. I mean, look how many lights it's loading. I'm getting 50 frames flat. Everything's looking good so far. It's not been too bumpy. Not as bumpy as I thought. And that weather depiction in front of us is so strange. Look at that, like, blob. Just a perfect circle with a bit in the middle that's missing. I mean, it would be nice to get a real working weather radar in the sim. I think that's something I do hope for eventually, some proper depiction of weather. I know it's really hard to do, but I'm sure Microsoft could come up with an idea to get it to work properly. Well, looking good so far. Start slowing down in a minute. what we'll do is we'll just go direct to Catod shortly. We'll start slowing it down in a minute. Just looks so good out there in this sort of like low haze. $220 knots. Start bringing that speed back a little bit. Flaps 1, and we'll go direct to Catod. No vertical speed, sorry. I don't know why I went to VNav then. I was thinking, I got confused. I thought I was clicking LNav. That's my mistake. So we'll match up the headings anyway. 210 knots on the speed. Flaps 1 out. Turn off lights on. Waiting for taxi light. Go flap 5, ready for intercept with the glide. 190 knots. And it's gone a bit dark out here as we've got a bit lower to the ground. There's the runway. We've got a stonking crosswind on our hands. So, glide slope shortly captured. Right, glide slope capture. Flap 5, 190 knots. 4,000 go around. Click that in. Descending on the glide now. Feet on the rudder pedals. I'm ready to take control in a minute. Start slowing it down now. We'll bring it back to 180 knots. 135. We'll add 10 knots to that because of the weather. So 145 knots. Flat 50. We'll go down to 170. Gear down. Spoilers, speed brake armed. There's a bit of a bump. And flaps 25, 145 knots plugged in. I mean, the go-around's positioned pretty good here. I mean, look at that. I mean, there's some nasty weather directly in front of the departure route, but our go-around sort of takes it away, so quite happy with that. So 145 knots plugged in. We're nice and stable. Speed's back now. Thrust is building. Lovely view outside of the lights. And the night lighting in Sim Update 4 is so good. So, as you can see, it's still quite windy. It's cold, very cold. Right. I'm going to disconnect shortly. I'm just going to get the ground chart up for our landing so I know where I'm taxiing off.
1,000.
Disconnecting my aeroplane. The wind's not that bad. It's straight down the nose though, so I'm glad I've got an extra 10 knots. If it were to die off at any point, we've got a nice safety margin there.
$500.
Bit windy there, correcting. Bang on glide.
Above. Decide.
Continue. And I've got the BA call outs as well. Right, remember, we've got higher speed than our VAP, so shallow flare, get it on the ground.
40, 30.
Right, thrust is coming
20,
back, there you go. Let it
10.
settle, flap 25. Beautiful, down we are, maintaining centre line with rudder. Speed brakes are out, reversers are now green. Beautiful, look at that. Getting a bit squirrely there. Right, reversers stowed. And we've made the exit that I wanted to. Lovely. Order brake 3 working very nice there. And we'll trundle off. Beautiful. Right, so we'll cross the bridge in a minute by the JetBlue hangar, and we'll take one of the stands in the corner. That's where BA park. So lights off now, strobe off. Welcome down to JFK. That was pretty nice. I'm getting brilliant performance as well. I mean, look, we're in JFK, full weather, in a big heavy aeroplane. And my frames are locked 50. They have not budged for the whole approach. Very nice. And we'll go to the new map, and we'll take the middle one, which is where the real plane went. And no. And we'll go Donata. Over the bridge. I hope the bridge works. Sometimes in Microsoft Flight Simulator you go through the bridge. So APU can be started now. Make a left hand turn here. Right hand turn here. That is the express train that goes to Jamaica Station. I've been on that before a couple of times. It's quite an easy train. I don't know how much it is. I think it's $7 each with an air train ticket, and then it drops you off at Jamaica Station, where you go and get the subway over to Manhattan. There's our stand. GSX are already waiting for us, which is nice. And taxi light can come off. We don't want to blind the ground crew, do we? I have undercut this corner. That was absolutely dreadful from me. And start slowing it down there. Stand on the brakes. Bit poor parking from me. Engine 1 off. APU is definitely on. Engine 2 off. And welcome down to Kennedy International Airport. And welcome down to John F. Kennedy International Airport. On time flight. Took off a little bit late, but we made up the time during the flight. Really enjoyable. Nice landing as well. Terrific performance all the way through. And it's always a pleasure flying the PMDG 777-200, especially in the British Airways livery. I'm not biased at all, but this is the best livery for the 777. Really nice flight. Enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed too. If you do want me to fly any routes suggestions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. I'll be back very soon with another video. Hopefully this time it'll be in the PMDG 737-800 for 2024. But if not, we'll be back in something and we'll do a fun flight anyway. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.